Hey, so this is my first attempt at making a video in ages, but I had some thoughts that I thought are worth sharing, and I might as well put it out there before we get chapter 5. And this isn't really a theory since the evidence isn't super concrete so much as speculation. So getting right into it, we all know that weird thing in chapter 5 that gives us the shadow mantle after beating it up, right? It doesn't have a confirmed name, but its consensus name for now is Eram or John Mantle. And it's got a cool battle theme called Burning Eyes. Now if you got a keen ear, you might notice, like many others, that the song has a certain motif in it, not the build-up that shares similarities with Black Knife. But a different song that was first in Undertale, which is Battle Against the True Hero. People speculate as to why this might be, but I haven't seen anyone come to a super concrete conclusion on this. Now, I might be able to make some connections that I haven't seen anybody else bring up yet. Granted, I'm not terribly active in Deltarune circles outside of YouTube, so somebody might have thought of this before me, I'm not sure. But I think this is interesting. Now, at first glance, the inclusion of a song about Undyne here may seem kinda random, or even unintentional, but I think this may be a bit of foreshadowing for the Weird Route. After all, the rest of the secret games in Chapter 3 are retroactive hints to the Weird Route's existence. So I think this is foreshadowing for a Weird Route exclusive battle, specifically a battle against Chris. As to how this will happen, I'm not sure. Most likely it'll be after we take full control over Noelle, abandoning Chris as our vessel. Or maybe we'll take control of our vessel we made in the beginning. But how exactly it'll happen isn't what I wanted to talk about, only that it will happen. It probably won't be Battle Against a True Hero exactly, but it would feature that motif in the song. Maybe it would sound more like Burning Eyes itself. After all, that title alone hints that it's a Chris theme. Mr. Mantle himself even says, "There, that's what I wanted to see. Flickering red like pretty little flames. Your eyes can't hide it, Chris. Without play, the knife grows dull." The title is definitely referring to Chris. It doesn't even have eyes, so it can't be referring to that. The last phase of the fight does have a red graphic pattern all over the arena. The eyes slowly appear and open each phase of the fight. But if you ask me, that's Eram reflecting Chris's eyes back at them. A little bit of visual storytelling, showing that inner malice awakening in Chris the further you get into the fight. Burning Eyes is definitely a Chris song. Another point, remember how in Undertale when you fight Sans and Megalovania plays, there was a theory that it's not a theme representing Sans, but rather a theme representing the player and their detached nature from the game, the absolute power they have over the game and the characters' lives, which turns them into a megalomaniac, like Flowey. Because the theme doesn't represent Sans. He's a chill guy, only acting now because it truly matters. We already have a theme that might play when we fight Sans. It only doesn't because it's overwritten by ours. Now take that logic and apply it to the Mantle fight. We don't know anything about this creature. It's yet another mysterious darkener in a game full of mysterious darkeners. And mysterious not darkeners. The fight is about Chris, and how the Mantle creature is unlocking Chris's dark tendencies. Now that being said, the Mantle fight doesn't seem particularly heroic, against the title of the song we're talking about. But Chris has been growing into a hero throughout their Dark World adventures about as much as their friends, and they've definitely shown they're more than willing to stand against us if needed. Another reading of this symbolism, maybe that's why the motif plays early in the song during the build-up, sort of representing the corruption of a hero by this creature. If we battle Chris later during the Weird Route, I bet this motif will come up. Maybe not as a one-to-one of the song as it's played in Undertale, but referenced as a Chris version, referencing how it is in this fight through Burning Eyes instead. Perhaps Battle Against a True Hero would be more pronounced in a fight against us, with us having broken away from Chris and then being free to unleash their violent tendencies with a purpose. Not as righteous as it is against Undyne, but with that little devious Chris flavoring to it. They'll finally have the chance to be heroic, not because we commanded them to be, but on behalf of their friends and the world. But yeah, that's basically my short prediction. I wouldn't be too surprised if we revisit Burning Eyes during the Weird Route. maybe with more of a sprinkle of battle against a true hero in it too. Feel free to leave a comment too. I love discussing this game and I want to hear more people's thoughts on it. Especially since most of my friends aren't really into Deltarune to the same extent that I am. I just wanted to drop some quick thoughts before Chapter 5 releases, and it gives me something to do during the wait too. I try not to be too long-winded, since from experience I know that a lot of Deltarune predictions and theories tend to insist upon themselves, for lack of a better way to phrase it. Anyway, like and subscribe if you want. If this video does decent enough, I might try my hand at uploading more of my thoughts. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of y'all's days.